Hi children, today you can hear a mother instructing her daughter. Catherine, don't play with stray dogs. So her father asked her what her mother had said.
Catherine, what did Mama tell you?
The daughter reported to her father.
Mama told me not to play with stray dogs.
Do you like instructions? Of course, some of you may not like instructions. In this class, we'll see instructions, commands, orders, advices, and requests, how they are reported. Okay? Here we have two sets of examples, one under the heading direct speech, another one under the heading reported speech. Reported speech is otherwise called as indirect speech. Okay? So what's the difference between direct speech and reported speech? In direct speech, you can see the exact words of the speaker. Okay? And that will be inside quotation marks. Whereas in the reported speech, you cannot find any quotation marks. And the exact words are not written. Instead, the idea conveyed or the meaning of the person's speech is reported. There will be slight changes. And it's quite easy. You can see in blue ink what has happened. The blue ink quotation marks disappeared, right? And one pronoun your is changed to their in the first example. And the first part, the speaker speaking to the other person, that part is separated from the exact words with a comma in direct speech. But in reported speech, you don't see such a comma. There, the content is reported and that part is connected with the exact words using a connecting word or linker. Here in this case it is to. To is the linker for instructions, commands, orders, advices and requests when reported. To is the linking word. And instead of the word said, the reporting verb changes into advised, exhorted, cautioned, instructed. So, different varieties of reporting verbs can be used. Okay? And see, in reading, you can see the verbs obey, honor, drive, write. And understand that all the instructions, commands, requests, etc. begin with a verb. And the verb do not change when you report it. Okay? In the case of such sentences called as imperative sentences. In the case of commands or orders, you can use a reporting verb commanded, ordered, or if it is a warning, you can use warned as a reporting verb. In the case of advices, you can use the words urged. If it is an urgent request or an advice to people, reminded, asked or advised as the reporting verbs. How do you understand that a sentence is a request? Yes, when it has a please in it. And near to that please, you can see always a verb. Here, move, excuse, be, pardon are the verbs. So, when you find please, you can use the reporting verb requested. If the degree of request is higher, you can use begged or pleaded. And if it is a simple request, you can even use the word asked. What is the peculiarity of these sentences? They begin with a don't. Don't. It indicates a negative idea. Do not. Okay? So, how these negative imperative sentences, how are they reported? Okay? Instead of to, we use not to. That's it. So, let's sum up. Instructions, commands, requests, advices, suggestions, etc. We start with a verb and end in a full stop or imperative sentences. You can see positive imperative sentences, negative imperative sentences. When the actual words of the speaker is quoted and written inside quotation marks, it's called as direct speech. When the words of the speaker is reported by another person, it is called as a reported speech or indirect speech. The idea conveyed will be reported. So, things to remember when you convert imperative sentences from direct speech to reported speech. Remove the quotation marks. Use the apt reporting verbs like told, asked, instructed, ordered, exhorted, commanded, etc. for instructions or commands or orders. And requested, begged, pleaded, implored, urged, etc. for requests. For advices, you can use advised, cautioned, warned. The past tense form of forbid, that is forbade. Usually with suggestions we use suggested, demanded, insisted, but it's a different method of conversion. There we don't use to. Instead of to we use that and the subject, and along with that should. That will be discussed in another video. Now for these normal imperative sentences, other than suggestions, we can use the linger to for positive sentences and not to for negative sentences. Remember, pronouns, time and place words change. Some examples are given here. Okay. There is no change in the form of the verb. We use the base form of the verb along with to. So learn through the examples and try working out changing the imperative sentences into reported speech. Okay? Thank you.